what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
BattleTech hype.
Oh, thank you, Body Armor. Wow, man, thanks for the 500 bits. Holy cow, you didn't have to do that. Thank you very, very much. Definitely some BattleTech hype, that's for sure. Was just chatting with Swerve about it. See if it's actually live yet. Nope, still not live. Oh, actually it might be. We got an update, it looks like. Maybe that update is to flip the flag. Then let's pull that up. There we go. Now you guys can see him. You should be able to see that anyway. Let me... Yep, cool. You guys can see it. Alright. So I'll just scroll through these wallpapers real quick so you can see these wallpapers. Pretty cool looking. That's the same one, just without the BattleTech logo in the middle of it. That one's cool as fuck. Look how huge them mechs are, man. That's craziness. That's pretty solid. Inside your base shit. That's a good view. That's pretty nice. I love that. Look, she's sitting up on top of the missile. The missile launchers. That's pretty sweet. I didn't notice that the first time. That's badass. She's just chilling out up there smoking a cigar or a cigarette. Or maybe smoking a joint. Who knows? Man, look at how much bigger that thing is than these tanks. It's craziness, dude. And then that's the last one there. So these are some of the backgrounds. They're all pretty plain, just symbols and stuff, pretty plain. But pretty cool looking. There's Kurata. Obviously, because I love dragons. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love. Of noble birth and mercenary mind. Nice. So that's the that's some of the backgrounds. Still too loud? Is it overdoing my voice? Of course, this is the cinematics volume 2. The actual gameplay may be different. Nice. Huge ass ship crashing into the planet. Alright, so how was that volume, guys? Was that bad? Was it overpowering my voice? We'll see what the end game volume sounds like as well once we get it fired up here. Just getting a few things repositioned here real quick. And we also need to get I need you, there we go. Get you over here where you should be. Alright, so I think we're all good there. Now we need to get our skin. So let's get our skins. One-time use code will add space from the main menu of the game. Create a new Paradox account or log into an. Oh, I gotta log into my actual account. Let's see if we can get logged in now. Hey, we're all logged in. Nice. Alright, let's get in here and manage. Currently signed in as the spider. Yes, that's all good. My heraldry stained. Redeem an unlock code, I think is what I need. Manage in the upper right corner. Click redeem an unlock code. Copy paste your code into the text box. So let's copy. Paste. Make sure all letters are lowercase and click confirm. Please be patient as the code confirmation process can take a while. Guess I should have read that before I did it, right? So we might be waiting for a minute here. But this should get me my skin mechs and whatever else I get in game. I can't remember what all it is. The one thing I remember the most was that it was skin mechs. Or mech skins, I should say. But nice, we're logged in online, so they might got the servers done. Yeah, 3 hours later, code failed. Don't say that, 6-volt. Don't burn bread like that, man. Because we're going to get this thing going and fired up and play before 3 hours is up. You crazy guys. I like how they say, as the code confirmation process can take a while. They didn't try to say, oh, a couple of minutes or anything like that. They just said a while. So it could be fucking 3 hours. Oh, man. That would suck. After all this time and finally getting it set up. That would really suck. Oh, our PDF got finished uploading for the art book. That's good. Oh, hey, there you go. That didn't take too bad. Or wasn't too bad. That should all be good. It saved my colors. Everything's good there. Alright, I think that's good, guys. Back. There we go. So Skirmish does online. So we can do a single player. Oh, we can go to our mech bay and do mech loadouts, I'm assuming. If you reserve a light mech until a round's final phase, it can then take an action in the next round's first phase, effectively moving twice in a row. Yep. Some biomes affect your mech's ability, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we can look at our mech bay, do our mech loadouts and everything. Nice. So this part I've played with before in the beta. Some of you guys may remember when you were watching me do that. Multiplayer, I wonder if it just randomly matches you or if you can actually challenge friends. Oh, no, that's channels. So there's 2 people in the Americas channels. So we can host a game or join a game. I'm assuming if we host, then that would let people... Yeah, we can lock it, which means people can... So we can effectively challenge. So I might be able to play with some of you guys later on. Swerve, some of you other guys that have it. But for now, we are going to start the campaign. If, once I get this started, guys, if the volume's overpowering my voice or anything else like that, or it's too loud for you guys, let me know. We'll get into the settings. We'll readjust the volume. But I'm going to be quiet when I start this so we can listen to it and get the full benefit of the campaign. Spoilers, if you guys are planning on playing the campaign and don't want to be spoiled on it, then I would say either mute it or don't watch. Unfortunately, I hope you don't have to jump out like that, but my whole point of doing this main stream today was to get a lot of the campaign played. So we are going to do the campaign. Hopefully it doesn't spoil it for you guys too much. If you don't know anything about BattleTech Quick Draw, the quick, easy answer is it's turn-based, hex turn-based mech battles, basically, with huge mechs. It's hex-based. It's kind of like XCOM, but it was before XCOM was ever thought about. XCOM was basically kind of taken off of this, if you want to look at it that way. That's the quick, easy way. But it's huge mechs doing turn-based hex battles. And there's a huge universe that was created. It was originally a tabletop game, and it's huge maps, and you had painted mech miniatures, and you have, you know, all the chart loadouts and layouts for your mechs for where you can have hit points, all that kind of stuff. And there's a huge history to it, a very lavish and backfilled history to the system, the planets, the factions and classes within it. So that's basically the gist of it. You can Wikipedia it and get a better idea of more specifics. But a lot of us old heads played this tabletop game way back in the day. I started playing it around 90, 91 and played for several years pretty heavily. But I haven't played it since around 94, 95 was the last time I really touched it. So anyway, the same guy that actually created the actual BattleTech universe back in the mid-'80s is the guy that was behind this digital version of the game. So there's a lot of people excited about this game right now. So that's what it is, Quick Draw. He probably is, S. Hunter. He's probably way too young to know about it. I don't know if there's team multiplayer or not, S. Hunter, but that would be cool. I think it's just one-on-one. I think that's all they ever planned, if I remember correctly. I think it was just one-on-one, but I could be wrong. You might be able to do teams like where... It's because you have four BattleTechs and a Lance, so you could have, you know, teams where one of you controlled 2 mechs and the other one controlled the other 2 mechs, or even a 4-man team where you each controlled your own mech. That would be freaking awesome if they had it like that. But I don't know if that's, you know, if that's something they put in or not. I think, if I remember right, it was just going to be 1v1. But yeah, 32 is still kind of young to know about this, because you would have been. When this first came out and got really big, you would have been too young to really know about tabletop games of this nature. So, Voltron, thanks for the sub, man. 7 months in a row. Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, I don't think I can give Spite it yet. I think it's still broke. Voltron, BB75. We'll try it and see. Yeah, it's still broke. So I'll have to write you down here, but we'll get you once Ankbot gets fixed and they get the new patch out. I'll update all of everybody's Spidets that I owe them. All right, guys, let's get this baby fired up. This is what we've been waiting for. Where's my mouse? There it is. Campaign. New. Try to angle your attack to take advantage of your enemy's vulnerable armor locations. Yep. That's only tactical sound advice. Yeah, that'd be freaking cool. It'd be carnage, S. Hunter, but that'd be cool as fuck if you could do that. That'd be really neat. Again, guys, let me know on the volume if it seems like it's overpowering my voice or if it's too loud in your ears, anything like that. Flamers, small lasers, and machine guns automatically fire after melee attacks. Nice. I like how it gives nice little tips and pointers up here. Manage your mech's heat in combat by turning off low chance to hit weapons. Yep, because your mechs will overheat, and if you overheat, they'll shut down, which is not good when you're in the middle of a firefight. You so hate being stuck at work. That's why I took today off. When they announced the go live date weeks ago, or a couple months ago actually, I already told my office, hey, this day I'm taking a vacation day. I will not be in. Not going to be in on that day. This sounds kind of loud to me.
I am Kamea of House Urano, High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir,
I think this is still going to be too loud on the volume.
But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more.
We'll adjust this volume if need be, guys. Just let me know if it's too loud for you.
A hero would have done better.
It's pretty loud for me, so I'm sure it's going to be loud for you
know
guys.
This, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps.
Look at the size of that mech.
I was too young
Jesus,
to
dude.
see the truth of
That thing
things.
was huge.
After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause,
That's one of my wallpapers.
just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind,
Standing on the mech.
your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
BattleTech Restoration. Alright, let's adjust that volume just a little bit, guys, because I know it's loud for me, so I'm sure it's probably pretty loud for you guys. Background appearance confirmation. So welcome to the Oregon Reach. Is a small kingdom in the RimWorld periphery, a region of space that lies at the outskirts of the more densely colonized inner sphere. So there's different spheres to this universe. We're talking about the inner sphere right now. It is home to the Oregon Coalition, a federation organized around a parliamentary monarchy and ruled by the Arano family, which is the lady that was just talking. For 3 generations under the rule of House Arano, the Oregon Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. It is here that your story begins. Decades ago, your family came to the Reach from... Oh, so I get to kind of develop where the background goes. So, of course, the Draconis Combine, which is House Kurata, which is my house. Mech warriors who hail from the Combine tend to be fierce, disciplined, and relentless fighters, no matter the odds they might face on the battlefield. Although the Draconis Combine is as ethnically diverse as any of the vast interstellar empires, it is also one of the most culturally homogeneous. Over centuries of rule... Oh, that's pretty cool. You can hover over these to get more information about it. Huh. Over centuries of rule, the founding House Kurata has succeeded in uniting the people of the Combine into a single culture, one heavily molded around medieval Japanese society. While some, most notably the descendants of the conquered Principality of Rosalhag, continued to chafe at the uniformity of Draconis society, overall this has created a more cohesive populace and military than seen in the other great houses of the inner sphere. So let's hover over these and see what this says. The Draconis Combine is one of the 5 successor states of the Star League, right? There's 5 major houses. Located coreward and spinward of Terra, ruled by House Kurata, the Combine has always been aggressively expansionist. The head of the Combine was the first of the Council Lords to declare himself the new ruler of the collapsing Star League. Regularly in conflicts along its borders with all its neighbors, the Combine is a highly structured militaristic society with rulership in the hands of the Coordinator, the Commander-in-Chief of the Draconis military. The Combine's culture is heavily influenced by the Japanese roots of the ruling family, despite the minority status of those with Japanese ancestry, as this cultural heritage is imposed from above by the predominantly Japanese ruling class. The current leader of the Combine is Coordinator Takashi Kurata. And then the history behind House Kurata is called Honor the Dragon, is their what's the word I'm looking for? Their words that represent them. I can't think of the specific word I'm looking for. House Kurata has dominated the Draconis Combine since its founding in 2319 by Shiro Kurata, who imbued the state with its strong Japanese culture. Personal honor and self-reliance bordering on xenophobia are hallmarks of Kuratan policy. Embracing the way of the warrior, the Draconis Combine has had a long history of antagonism with and aggression against its neighbors. The Inner Sphere is the region of space within about 500 light-years of Terra. This area is divided between the 5 successor states to the former Star League. This region is the heart of the human civilization and culture. Beyond the Inner Sphere is the periphery. And then the Principality of Rasselhog is a minor interstellar state conquered 700 years ago by the Draconis Combine, now officially known as the Rasselhog Military District. That's pretty cool how you can hover over that and get more information. I like that. Alright, so Detox just messaged me. Hold on, guys, just replying to Detox real quick. He's talking about the stream. He's a little upset because he's very busy at work and he's not able to get on and watch right now. Alright, so decades ago, your family came to the Reach from... Oh, I can look at actually all of these. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to read all these for you guys because we're going to go with Kurata. But these are the five major houses: Merrick, Davian, Steiner, Liao, and Kurata. Basically, though, House Merrick is... Well, at least look at that, I guess. We stand united, the Free Worlds League. The oldest of the successor states has long been ruled by House Merrick. The League is an open multicultural state consisting of many great and small realms loosely joined together. Politically fragile and frequently riven with instability, House Merrick has relied heavily on free trade and technological advancement to keep pace with its rivals. Davian... excuse me. By Freedom's Sword, from their capital world of New Avalon, the Davian family, led by the Federated Sons, to become one of the largest and most military powerful states in the Inner Sphere. Their motto, by Freedom's Sword, illustrates their self-image as a nation, the champion of freedom, democracy, and human rights. Although the reality is not so clear-cut, in addition to being a military power, the Federated Sons is home to the New Avalon Institute of Science, the premier research and development center of the 31st century. Steiner. Indomitable will, with many resource-rich worlds, shrewd business acumen, and strong industrial base, the Lyran Commonwealth, under the stewardship of proudly Germanic House Steiner, so they're basically Germans, prospered, or in the German culture anyway, prospered even during the worst of times in spite of the destruction of the succession wars. Overall industrial output and average standard of living exceeded that of any other successor state. This vast wealth helped the Lyran state weather any military reversals, especially self-inflicted ones, by quickly replacing their material losses. And then Lao. One vision. The Capellan Confederation is the smallest of the successor states and was the last to form. Created on Capella by neighboring states in 2366, House Lao gave the Confederation its Han Chinese character and ensured the survival of the realm through strong, if frequently erratic, rule. Popularly disparaged as a totalitarian police state, many Capellan citizens enjoy a high degree of personal freedom and willingly serve the state in return for the generous services it provides. And then we got these other four items here: the magistracy, magistracy. Getting tongue twisted, of Canopus. Mech warriors from here can run the gamut of skill and fighting styles, but they often favor clever and unorthodox tactics on the field. While this is smaller than the great successor states of the Inner Sphere, it is one of the major powers of the Rimworld periphery. It is a matriarchal society led by a Magistrix. This is an elected position open to any woman, but largely controlled by House Centrella due to the family's popularity. And it supports an open society that ensures the personal liberty of all citizens and their right to live their lives as they see fit. The Taurian Concordat. These mech warriors tend to be stubborn and aggressive. They can be quick to anger, but they are nonetheless skilled and perceptive combatants. Founded as a constitutional monarchy under the leadership of House Calderon, the Taurian Concordat is the strongest military power of the Rimward periphery. It is also one of the oldest surviving realms of human civilization, having been formed long before the creation of the Star League. Taurian citizens enjoy extensive freedoms guaranteed by the Concordat Charter and take pride in defending those freedoms through compulsory service. The Taurian Concordat has long had an antagonistic relationship with the Inner Sphere, particularly with Federated Suns. The Rimward periphery. There's no easy way to characterize mech warriors hailing from here. They can be anything from petty thugs to ruthless tacticians to skilled and honorable warriors. The nations and minor noble houses of the Rimward have long played a role in shaping humanity. The Star League's downfall began in the periphery, eventually leading to the current tattered state of these disparate star systems on the edge of known space. The periphery is still the galaxy's frontier, where the great houses of the Inner Sphere play deadly politics, petty bandit kingdoms thrive, and pirate bands prey on the minor noble houses trying to survive in this hostile environment. And then last but not least, the deep periphery. Mech warriors from here are rare, but even rarer is the mech warrior who will admit to such an origin. Behind the outermost edges of the periphery lie the depths of space that remain uncharted and unknown to most of the human civilization. Little is known about these regions, but they are far from uninhabited. The deep periphery is littered with abandoned colonies and small outposts, isolated from the rest of humanity. After the fall of the Star League, General Alexander Kerensky led the remnants of the Star League defense force into the deep periphery, disappearing from the Inner Sphere and from recorded history. So that's it. We're going to go ahead and select House Kurata, because that's where we're hailing from. You are of noble birth. Though immigrants to the Oregon Reach, your family soon established a comfortable presence in a small backwater system on the edge of the Oregon space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You were the oldest child, heir to the family's titles and ancestral battle mech, an old Blackjack BJ1. Battle mech, commonly abbreviated as a mech. Battle mechs are enormous armored fighting vehicles, often humanoid in design, that can weigh up to 100 tons. They are considered the most powerful and deadly surface units a military force can field. Battle mechs are classified as light, which is 20 to 35 tons, medium, which is 40 to 55 tons, and heavy, 60 to 75 tons, or assault, which is 80 plus tons. Because of their incredible power requirements, many mechs generate ferocious amounts of waste heat, making battle mech cockpits sweltering hot and sometimes threatening to cause a complete system shutdown. My specific mech that I'm starting with is a Blackjack 1. The Blackjack is equipped for both long and close range engagements. A pair of AC 2s is backed up by 4 medium lasers, lending the mech a powerful alpha strike, while jump jets enable the Blackjack to move to higher ground at a moment's notice. So I can jump. Nice. This is where you met Raju Mastiff Montgomery, a veteran of the Succession Wars, whom your parents hired on for a season to train you as a mech warrior. Raju was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. It was an uneventful life. So this guy, he's a battle-scarred mech warrior with nearly 40 years of combat experience. In addition to mercenary work, Mastiff has served as master-at-arms for a number of noble houses, training their scions in the arts of war. The ladies Kamea Arano and Victoria Espinoza have both benefited from his training. And the note on the Succession Wars, they were a series of wide-ranging conflicts between the successor states of the Inner Sphere that lasted from 2786 to the current year of 3025. Man, that was a 250-year war. During these wars, the Great Houses mobilized vast numbers of battle mechs to destroy each other and claim territory, with the ultimate goal of ruling the Inner Sphere. A notable consequence of these conflicts was the significant loss of advanced technology from the prior Star League era. And then the last note here is on a mech warrior. Someone who pilots a battle mech is called a mech warrior, which is me. They typically serve in the armies of the successor states or in mercenary units. During the succession wars, many mech warriors owned their own mechs and passed them down through the generations as family heirlooms, which is basically what this is. I got the family mech. Until the day after your 16th birthday, when I was exiled, I struck out on my own, my family went bankrupt, my family died in an accident, my family was betrayed. So if I go with I was exiled, once the promising young scion of your family, you committed unforgivable transgression and were sentenced to life in exile. You stole away with the family's ancestral blackjack and set off to find a new life to call your own, which would give me +1 gunnery and +1 tactics. Gunnery determines the chance to hit with ranged weaponry. Higher skill is an effective counter to evasion and environmental effects that hamper your targeting. And then +1 the tactics would be tactics increase the effectiveness of called shot opportunities. It also reduces the penalty for indirect fire and improves the minimum range of weaponry. Or I can strike out on my own. As the heir to a noble family, you grew up wanting for nothing. As it turns out, you couldn't stand a life pampered nobility. Finally, one night, I stole away with the family's ancestral blackjack and set off to find a new life to call my own, which would give me +1 tactics and +1 piloting. Piloting increases melee hit chance and base sprint distance. It also improves the threshold of stability that triggers unsteady and increases the maximum level of evasion possible from movement. My family went bankrupt. As you grew older, you watched your family's fortune, income, and influence slowly dwindle away until there was nothing left. Your parents, driven to despair, took their own lives. With nothing but your family's ancestral blackjack left to call your own, you set off to make a new life for yourself. You still get the +1 tactics, and I get +1 guts. Guts improves the maximum health of mech warriors. It also reduces the penalty from weapon recoil and increases the threshold of heat and that triggers overheated. This is probably where I'm going to go because I love the guts. The gut skill is really nice. In fact, things like Gauss rifles and such aren't a commonality, and you're considered lost tech at this point in time. Yeah, I agree, 6 volt. It is a very good footnote. Alright, family died. I can get piloting and guts. And a freak jump ship accident. Or my family was betrayed and I get gunnery and guts. This is probably where I'm going to go right here. Your family was betrayed and its seat of power destroyed. You defeated betrayers, but you were the sole surviving member of the house with nothing but your family's blackjack. Because I like the gunnery skill as well. I like gunnery and guts. So that's where we're going to go. My family was betrayed. Out on your own, you fell into the life of a... I get to choose... This is pretty cool. So I'm choosing my whole background, basically. And then we get the appearance, and then we confirm before we actually start. So I can be an Oregon Coalition soldier. Unsure of your prospects, you travel to the Coromandel, the capital of the Oregon Coalition, and enlisted in the Coalition military. You quickly rose through the ranks, distinguishing yourself as a reliable mech warrior. Life as a soldier wasn't glamorous, but it suited you just fine. So I'd get another +1 to gunnery. So I guess that means I'd get +2 gunnery. yeah, I agree. 6 vote. Frontier Pirate gets me +1 to guts. Solaris Gladiator is another gunnery. There's a tactics, and a piloting. I should probably boost my tactics as well and try to stay more generalized instead of going one specific thing. So we can go with a mercenary or a freelancer. Eager to get away from it all, you joined up with a minor Inner Sphere mercenary unit. Integrating into the tight-knit crew took time, but you eventually proved your worth and became part of the family. You roamed the Rimward periphery as a freelancer, signing on for whatever odd contracts you could find as a mech warrior for hire. It was a solitary life, but as you became more comfortable with the itinerant lifestyle, you found you were able to make a decent living helping the people of the frontier. I like the mercenary. We're going to go with the Inner Sphere mercenary and get the tactics boost. Until years later, you crossed paths with Raju Mastiff Montgomery once again. Pure chance brought you back to the Oregon Reach as your mercenary crew took an ill-fated contract against an enclave of pirates on the outskirts of the Oregon space. The job went south and you were the only survivor of your unit. Raju's Lance happened to be on patrol nearby. After rescuing you and helping to honor your fallen comrades, he offered you a job in the House Arano Royal Guard. So it is that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of the Lady Kamea Arano. Nice. Alright, so we're done with the background. Your name and call sign. First name. What kind of random names does it give me? Well, I don't want to be a... Oh, wait a minute. Okay. It's giving me that because I got a female portrait selected. They all look female. I think they're all freaking female. Is there a way to... Oh, ha! There we go. He. That's what I want. I was going to say, they all look freaking female. What the hell? Your pronoun set will give you base... Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I just seen that. Alright, so... Let's find a good portrait here. That's kind of looking close. I like the beard. I like the beard. Nah, too much hair. That's more me than that other guy. Oh my god, look at that dude's nose. Holy cow. That is a nose right there. Ooh, I like that beard. So I like that one. I like that one. And I like that one. I like this one better than I do the other one with the tattoo on his head. So it's either this one or this one. Wait a minute, I can customize it? Ooh, nice. Yeah, let's play around with this a little bit. Because I don't quite like the hair there. That's closer to my hair there. Let's go with that. That's fine. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Oh, that scar was kind of cool looking. I love that tattoo. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That actually kind of goes along with the scar even. So tattoo 6 is really kind of a butterfly. We're definitely not doing a butterfly. 9's kind of cool. Yeah, we're going to go with 4. Or was it 6? Yeah, there we go, 6. Kind of like that. Alright, so what do we got over here? Hair roots. Yes, we want dark. Hair tips. That's fine. That's not really my eye color. My eye color is more brown. Skin. Want a little bit lighter tone, maybe? Yeah, there's no lighter tone. So we'll just go with that. Lips and makeup's all fine. Alright, that looks good. Let's go with that. I like that. Now let's get some different random names here. See what kind of random names they come up with. Frank. I want to be Frank. Uger. Ooh, I like that one kind of. Kind of looking for something that's kind of Nordic in nature. Although since I'm House Kurita, it should probably be something more Japanese based. Alright, let's go with that. That looks good. Your character background. Decades ago, your family came to the Oregon Reach from the Draconis Combine. Day after your 16th birthday, your family was betrayed and murdered, blah, blah, blah. Out on your own, you fell into the life of an Intersphere mercenary. Bam. So I'm 3 gunnery, 2 piloting, 3 tactics, 3 guts. So that was my pluses, which makes me pretty generalized, which is decent. Alright, looks good. You feel bad for Frostpunk? Yeah, it's probably not going to get much love, is it? Probably not going to get much love. Oh, I got an achievement already. A Mech Warrior's Path. The High Lord Tamati Arano II is dead. The Oregon Reach is left at an uncertain crossroads. Once prosperous, it is now a kingdom in decline, surrounded by powerful neighbors. Lord Santiago Espinosa, brother-in-law to the late High Lord, is convinced that the slow-moving council of founding houses must be dissolved. His proposed directive would conscript their house guard and centralize power under a single throne. However, the High Lord's heir, the noble lady Camilla Arano, is determined to rebuild the Reach without transforming it into an authoritarian state. She refuses to enact her uncle's directive and has rebuked his vehement pleas to reconsider. On the morning of Lady Arano's ascension to the throne, her loyal captain of the guard, Raju Mastiff Montgomery, makes preparations to escort her safely to the coronation procession that awaits in Cordia City. Coronation Day, or Arano Summer Palace, 8:53 local time. Alright, so here we go. Let's get this bad boy going. Prepping for combat. If your mech is at a higher elevation than its target, it will have a slightly higher chance to hit. It only makes logical sense, right? That is such a great image. I'm going to love that as my wallpaper once I get that set up to scroll through those. Begin mission. Let's start our first mission here.
Command interface initiated.
Move the mouse to the edge of the screen. Yep. So we can move that way. Or we can do these. So it's giving us our tutorial. We've already been through all this when we did the beta, but I'll do it here for you guys, for your guys' knowledge as well. Use the right mouse button or Q and E to rotate the camera. Or we can do it this way. Raju Mastiff Montgomery. Okay, Spider. I had the Espinosa refit yards. Rush the repairs on your Blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece. But we should run some diagnostics on it just to be sure. Standard field test, you know the drill. More importantly, though, I want to tell you more about the job I brought you out here to do. Now do me a favor and get that battle mech moving. Let's see if there are any kinds of actuators. Or in the actuators. So, click on the Mech Warrior's portrait or press Tab to cycle between available units.
I'll come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escort duty.
Move your mech to the indicated point. Click once to select where you wish to move. Click again to choose which direction you wish to move. So we're going to move up to here. And then we can point our what direction we want to be facing once we get there. So we'll just stay facing straight out. I brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. It's been too quiet since High Lord Tamati's funeral, and I'm worried about Lady Camilla's safety during her coronation procession. Anyway, looks like your actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test. Target one of those burnt out urban mechs and open fire.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything. But my gut tells me something's off. And a warrior trusts their instincts.
That's all you missed, Trunkhead, was just me getting everything set up. It's because a spider kills you, and your skull turns into just a skull, right? 6 volt. It's the internet. I don't question things like that anymore. All right, select the target with your mouse and press Tab or cycle between targets. Click Fire when ready. So we can look through here, and then we can go through all the different targets. Test dummy. Test dummy. So, what we're looking at here, for those of you that aren't familiar with this game and what it is, this is my mech, and you have hit points. You got your right leg, your left leg, your right arm, your left arm, your torso, your center torso, your upper torso, or left and right torso, and then your head. And then on the back, you got your upper left and upper right, and then your center torso. So any of those can be fired upon. In this case, because I'm facing the mech, I can only see his front facing. I can't hit him from behind. If I were to jump behind him or get positioned behind him where I'm facing behind him, then I could shoot him on these parts of these torsos. To kill a mech, or to get a mech incapacitated, you have to take the head out, which is where the pilot is, and potentially kill the pilot, or you take their center torso out, back or front. So if you get to where you're rear facing, you have a better chance of taking the center torso out because there's only 3 areas that you can hit. As opposed to firing on them from the front, you could hit their right arm, their left arm, or any of the torsos or their head. So your shots could be spread across a wider range of targets as opposed to hitting them from the back. So ideally, what you'd like to do is get to where you're facing their rear, and then you can really have a concentrated attack on their torso sections and try to take one of their torso or their center torso out, which decapitates them. If I'm hitting him in the front and I take his left arm out and destroy it, then he can still continue to function. He just wouldn't be able to use any weapons on his left arm. He'd only be able to use his weapons on his torso sections and his right arm. Or if I take his leg out, any weapons that he could potentially have on his leg, he would be able to use, and he would be he could still move, but it would be not as well, right? Or he couldn't jump if he had jump jets there, and he lost, like you see, I have 2 jump jets in my right leg, so I wouldn't be able to jump with those jets. So that's basically how the mech works with regards to firing at them and hitting them. And you can see as I hover over each one, you can see the armor above. So right now my overall armor is 680. it looks like 680, and then my shields are 376. So it'll go through my shields first, and then once it gets through my shields, it'll go through my armor. Now, each individual piece, for instance, the left arm, is 35 on shields and 80 on armor, or 60. It's hard to tell if that's an 8 or 6. I think it's a 6. My center torso is 70 and 90, blah, blah, blah. So you can see what it takes to get through each section. And then the overall, like I said, is that. So here we have our weapons, our weapon loadouts, and it'll tell you where each one is. So my medium lasers are probably here. Yep, I got one medium laser on my left arm, and an AC autocannon is AC, and a autocannon of 2. The 2 is how much damage a hit does. And then I should have the same loadout over here, a medium laser and autocannon 2. My torsos, I have a medium laser and a heat sink, and a medium laser and a heat sink. So that's my 4 medium lasers, which you see here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then my 2 autocannons are in my left. Autocannons, you have a certain amount of ammo for the fight. And then this is the damage that they can do. The autocannon is not the 2 is not damaged. The 2 is how many fires off. 2 rounds fire off. And I have 25 rounds. So I could fire basically 12 and a half times. And each round that it hits will do up to 25 damage. And then I can melee, which does 40 damage, but you have to be right next to him. You can death from above, which is if you have jump jets like my legs do, you can actually perform a death from above attack, which means you use your jump jets to rocket into the air, and then you land wherever your target destination is. So you could literally land right on top of a mech and try to destroy their head and the pilot within as well if you hit them right. But it also does damage to your legs because you're bringing, multiple ton mech down on top of another mech from high in the air, so you're going to do a lot of damage to your legs as well. So that's basically how the weapons work. You can turn weapons on and off by clicking here. The reason why you would do this is each weapon that you fire generates a certain amount of heat, and if you fire all of them all the time, you're going to overheat, and if you overheat, your mech shuts down, and then you're incapable of defense, offense, anything, and you get killed a lot easier. So you have these 2 bars here. I don't remember which is which. I want to say the top one's your heat sink. I'm pretty sure it is. And as you fire and generate heat, that heat bar will fill up. So we're going to go after... they're both the exact same mech, so we're going to go after this test dummy. And you see what he's got. Hardly no shields. And hardly no armor, so it shouldn't take too much to destroy this guy. He's a light mech, which is small. I'm a medium mech, so we're just going to go ahead and fire on this first guy with all weapons. And you can see all the damage I did, and you can see everything I destroyed. The right torso, right arm, left torso, left arm. So I'd pretty much just demolish that thing, which you would expect at that point. He had no shields. Looks like we got a little tank coming in. I've been training Lady Urano since she was 14 years old. She can be naive at times and proud, but I have no doubt that she'll be a just and effective ruler. It's on us to see her safely to Cordia City. I'll rest easier once she's in the capital with her cousin Victoria by her side. Lady Victoria, well, she's only been training under me for a single season, but she's already shaped herself into one of the strongest mech warriors I've ever seen. Reminds me a lot of you, truth to be told. Anyway, we should run a check on your targeting computer. You see that drone over there? The one moving through the tree line? Put some hurt on it for me. And then when it turns, take it out with a rear angle shot. After it's down, we'll keep moving.
Kamia's like a daughter to me. And her late father, High Lord Tamati, was a good friend.
So fire at the target in the forest. Let's select him. Maybe. Oh, there he is right there. I was just missing him. There we go. So it's just a little drone. He does have some good armor though, so I probably won't kill him in one shot. But we got good percentages, so we're going to hit with everything. You see I've lost 2 of my autocannon rounds now on each of those because I fired 2 from each arm. So we did some decent damage. He's moving.
Victoria pulls no punches, but she's been a loyal companion to Kamea since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
So we're going to fire on this guy again. So we took all of his front armor out, it looks like, for the most part anyway.
All weapons committed.
There we go. And the terrain's destructible as well. I like that. The terrain actually looks pretty good in the background. Nice shot. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with Oregon politics, but the Reach was badly shaken by High Lord Tamati's death. It needs a smooth transfer of power, and Kamea belongs to the Cormorant throne. Go ahead and fire up your jump jets, kid. I want to see you descend this cliff face. Aim for that patch of ground there near the edge of the lake. So one way to manage your heat is to be in water. When you're firing, the water is a natural heat deterrent, right? So we want to do a jump, and we want to jump down here. Oh, I didn't face right. I should have changed my face better.
Enemy detected.
Now you see.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Jump jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle.
Yep.
Get on into that water. We need to get you cooled off.
Yep. So jumping definitely overheated me, and you can see that on my heat gauge here. See how it's all the way over and it says I'm overheated? And then you can also see here. So this shows you where you're currently at and what the action you're going to do is going to move you to on your heat gauge. And as you can see, I'm getting to a point where I'm almost overheated. So if I move into the water here and reface like this, that will, and you can see my mech's getting really red because it's starting to get heated. So warning, plasma leak detected, jump jet malfunction, jump jet systems damaged, system inoperable until repaired. So I'm going to have to get repaired. Oh, for the love of all the gods, this is what I get for insisting on a rush job. Not that I had much of a choice. The Espinosa refit yards were backlogged like you wouldn't believe. It looked like they were trying to process every single Royal Guard mech in the time for the coronation. There isn't any time to get your jets replaced, so we're going to have to make do without them. Go ahead and take that mech down with a melee attack. I want to be sure nothing else is going to break down on your Blackjack before we take it out on the Cormorant Road. So we're going to do, but you can see my heat has already went down. Each round that you're in water or something of that nature, then that will cool it, then your heat will go down. So you can see my heats went way down. So let's zoom in here. We're going to get up here where we can melee. Water does reduce movement speed though, but increases the unit's heat sinking ability by 50%. Click the melee targeting reticle on the enemy, or press V to cycle through melee targets. Oh, we actually got to do it on him. Melee attack using piloting skill to hit, ignores evasiveness, hit removes guarded, damage, deals damage, and stability damage. Yep. Yes, we want a melee. I guess I just had to click attack. I thought that you had to actually select melee. Good hit, at least that's solid. Alright, one last test. I want to see take your Blackjack up to a sprint and evade my attack.
Push that engine, kid. If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
So we want to sprint. The farther you move, the more evasive charges you will gain. Each evasive charge makes you harder to hit. Sprint to the marked location. So we want to sprint. Sprint allows you to move a little bit further because you're moving faster. And gives you evasion. You Congratulations, Spider. Your Blackjack's as combat ready as it can be. Given the circumstances, for what it's worth, I hope that my suspicion turns out to be unfounded, and we end the day having a good laugh about what a paranoid old man I've become. But if not, then I know that you'll be ready. Alright, it's time to move out. Lady Arano is waiting for us at the mech bay.
An impressive display, Sir Raju. Of course, this mech warrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around a cockpit.
Return to Mastiff. Oh. So I'm guessing we just got to run up to there. Spider, allow me to introduce Kamea Arano, the soon-to-be High Lady of the Oregon Coalition, is Lady Victoria on this channel. For the time being, my father has summoned me to the Picton docks. I have a fleet inspection and a tour of the family refit yards to preside over before the coronation. Behold the responsibilities of a noble daughter, a fount of tedium that never runs dry. I know the feeling, cousin. By this time tomorrow, I'll be responsible for the entire reach. Give my best to your father, and don't be late for the tourney. The gambling dens are already taking bets on how long it'll take me to cripple that customized monstrosity you pilot. Bold words, cousin, but the only victory they'll be celebrating is mine. You may be ascending the throne today, but my Kaga is more than a match for the family heirloom that you call a battle mech. And in the arena, I reign supreme. Kamea is chuckling. We'll see, cousin, we'll see. At any rate, I will see you at the tourney grounds. Sir Raju, I'm ready to go when you are, overland along the Cormorant Road, as is the Arano tradition. Aye, Kamea, we'll get you there in one piece. Spider, fall in behind me. And remember what I told you.
Mission successful.
Yay, I succeeded my first mission, even though it was just a training mission. Let's see here. Oh, Death from Above can be a lot of fun.
Lo, there do I see my father. Lo, there do I see my mother and my sisters and my brothers. Lo, there do I see the line of my
people, back to the beginning.
No, they do call to me. They bid me take my place among them.
In the halls of Valhalla,
Where the brave
they live